Attributes are a new system in Hypixel Skyblock that is causing people a whole lot of questions. So in this video, I wanted to make a guide going over a bunch of things about attributes. I want to point out that this is not going to be a guide telling you which attributes are good, purely because we don't know every attribute in the game yet, and I will explain why in this video. But if this video helps you out, or if you'd enjoy it, I'd really appreciate a like or a subscription. I'm on the grind for 60,000 subscribers, and if you subscribed, it would mean the world to me. But let's get into a guide about attributes. First off, what is an attribute? To put it bluntly, it's pretty much just an enchant, and they come on any nether item, or pretty much any nether item. Some of them, for some reason, don't come with attributes, but that's not super important. If we go and look at my Fire Veil wand, you're going to see I have combo and undead on here. These attributes go up to level 10, so they are pretty insane to grind up currently, because right now, the max you can even drop anything at is like level 2, which would mean you need 256 of them to get a max level 10, and if you only got level 1s the whole way through, you would need 512. But yeah, they're enchants that go up to level 10 that you can't really change on your pieces of armor or weapons. To level attributes, you have to go over to your faction's blacksmith. In the mage faction area, it is the community center right here with the daily quest board, and if you go behind and over here, this guy's going to be the blacksmith. He's going to have attribute fusion, and you're able to fuse attributes from items together to increase their level. These have to be similar items that are in like the same slot. I can't take something like a chest plate with mana pool and a pair of leggings with mana pool and combine them together to level it up. I would need another Aurora chest plate with mana pool for this to actually work. But this does actually have a caveat, because you do need a similar item to level it up, or you need attribute shards. Attribute shards drop from Kudra, and these are probably going to be what most people level their attributes through once there is a lot more people grinding Kudra. Currently, it's a bit annoying searching for attribute shards on the auction house, because you can't search for the specific attribute. You just have to search attribute shard and search and search and search until you find something. But from Kudra, these are going to drop at higher level attributes later on in Kudra. And that's what I want to go into right now. And that's that you unlock better attributes the higher tier of Kudra that exists. The best attributes that I've seen on the alpha, and they were from Infernal Kudra. You could only use them if you beat Infernal Kudra. And that means that the attributes that we have right now probably aren't going to be ones that you want to go for. I don't think Mana Pool is terrible. I don't think Breeze is terrible. Both of those are right-click mage kind of attributes that are just going to help you be able to use abilities more. But other than those two, I seriously don't think that anything right now will be used, because there are some insane attributes from later tier Kudra. For example, there was one that increased melee damage by, I want to say 2.5% for every single level, meaning that you're going to get 25% bonus melee damage, and I'm pretty sure that that was on armor. There's also one that gives you 15% more damage when you're at full health, which is much better than Lifeline, which currently exists, and gives you more damage when you're beneath 20% health. Because let's be honest, being under 20% health, you're probably dead, or you're going to heal very quickly. And that's just not that good of an attribute. So right now, committing to a bunch of these attributes might not be worth it, but you can swap on Kudra armor. Alright, so I went over this in my Kudra armor progression video, but I want to go over it again because I'm talking about attributes, and the most important thing to get your attributes on is probably going to be your armor set that you get from farming Kudra. So, let's say you have a piece that you have starred up. I have a piece that is a hot Aurora leggings. It's got 1 extra star. It's got experience 1 and mana pool. I really liked experience 1 and mana pool, but I can't change my attributes. You're stuck with the 2 that you get. This is terrible. But then I drop the most OP piece in the game. It buffs my magic damage. It gives me 85 billion coins on every kill. For this example, I'll just be using speed 1 and undead resistance 1, but I'm sure I'll get the OP attributes in the future. So let's say you drop a piece of Aurora leggings that has better attributes than the current piece that you have. You can actually transfer your stars more than you can transfer your attributes. However you want to look at it, you can do either way. So you put the attributes you want on the left, so my speed 1, undead resistance, and then my experience 1, mana pool, starred up Aurora leggings I put on the right side, and you're going to see it becomes starred up and it has speed 1 and undead resistance. So it retains the attributes from this and everything else from this piece. So you are able to transfer it, which is really, really nice for anyone, because that means you can have some attributes. I wouldn't level any attribute to 10 on this armor until you have the god roll that you want, but you can level them up a little bit and have a useful piece of armor that is starred up. And then when you finally either buy a god roll drop off of the AH or you get it by yourself while doing Kudra, you can transfer those attributes and you can make it super, super swag. So it's really, really nice that you can actually do that. I don't, however, think that that works when you're doing it with fishing gear. I've tried it with 2 magma rods where I have a starred magma rod on the right and a non-starred on the left, and it literally does nothing. So it might just be for Kudra armor that you're able to transfer attributes like that, which is going to be a little annoying, but Kudra armor is definitely the hardest attribute thing to come across, because most other things are crafts that are getting attributes, and you can craft things a lot and people will be selling them a lot more in the future. So I think that getting good attributes on Kudra armor is going to be the hardest anyways, and it's going to be nice that you can just buy god rolls off the AH or just keep your garbage roll until you get something pretty swag. One thing I want to point out is that for fishing, it seems like we already have every attribute. You don't have to do Kudra to unlock all the cool things. And for fishing, you can actually craft a bunch of magma rods and combine all of these together to make like a level 10 perfect magma rod, and then you level that up into a hellfire rod and you can have some insanely high attribute levels. I've seen people with level 10 double hook, level 10 fishing speed. I'm running 7-7 because I really don't want to spend all that money on fishing, but it is nice that you can craft the lower tier stuff and keep the attributes when you upgrade it. So generally, the attribute grind is going to happen in higher tier Kudra, because the higher tier Kudra you go, the better attributes you're going to get and the higher level they're going to be at. On the alpha, right at the end, I believe it was dropping level 4 and 5 attributes from Infernal Kudra, so it's much better than what we have right now with level 1 and level 2. Another thing that comes from Kudra is going to be the Kudra Core, which is a new talisman that we can view recipe of, and I'm going to look at the Infernal Kudra Core. It looks like there's 3 of these talismans, and the final one is going to give you a 3% chance for attributes to spawn 1 level higher. And then obviously Fiery Kudra Core is going to give 2%, Burning is going to give 1%. So these are going to drop from higher tier Kudra, and it's going to be 1, just a nice talisman to have, and 2, more attributes, baby. That's always nice. Getting attributes at a higher level when you're doing Infernal Kudra is pretty huge, because that goes from level 5 to like level 6, and that is an insane jump when you're looking at the cost that you're saving. So grinding from Kudra, getting the shards, or just getting armor that has the correct attributes seems like it's going to be what ends up happening in the attribute grind. So yeah, whenever we know more attributes in the game, I will go over which ones are actually good. Right now, Right Click Mage definitely has some decent ones, but other than that, I seriously doubt that we will see any of the current ones stick around. Let me know what you guys think about the attribute system down below. I'm kind of bummed out that we don't have the ones from high tier Kudra, and we have no ETA on when we'll actually be able to use those. But other than that, I think that it is a really nice system, and it adds to the commitment on every piece of armor and equipment that you have, and just makes the grind in the game a little bit more. I always love seeing more grind as a person with no life who dropped out of college. But I hope that this video helped you out. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out.